Fellow humans, and welcome to the Madhouse. I'm Josh, and today I want to talk about 21 things I want to do before I turn 21. It was recently my 20th birthday. I say recently, it was Valentine's Day, so I'm well over a month late doing this, but I was busy. I forgot. Sue me. I apologise for the low quality of this one, but I've been cleaning all day. I am absolutely knackered. I'm doing a lot because my landlady wants to come and inspect the property tomorrow, and it needs to be good because I want my deposit back. In the chaos, I forgot to charge my camera, so we're stuck with my phone. So in no particular order, I'll begin. At number 1, I would really quite like to take a trip to Amsterdam. I've heard it's a very pretty city. There's plenty of museums, which I love. Libraries are also a bonus, and who knows, I might even go to a coffee shop. I'm not fussed about the red light district though, it's not my thing. But 2, I would like to complete a full draft of my book without deleting it due to self-esteem problems and not believing it's good enough. I've never done that before, honest. At least twice. Following on from that, at number 3, I would quite like to find a literary agent. I know I don't need to, but I want to get my book published through traditional means. I don't know, I like the idea of a publishing house. I'd like to work in one perhaps. Who knows? I would really like to get over my fear of snakes, or at least confront it, because one can never truly get over a fear. You can just move past it. I'm not really sure why this is a big deal, because yes, I had an unfortunate experience with a snake as a child. Someone brought in a boa constrictor to a show and tell thing, and it grabbed me, and I have panicked around them ever since. And even when I just see a snake, I want to either bash its brains in or run away as fast as possible, or maybe the both. It's not a fun feeling. When I look at one and I can feel my throat closing up as though it's wrapping around my neck. It didn't do that, it just grabbed my arm, but it freaked me out and I can't stand it since. I would absolutely love to go to Disneyland Paris. I just have so many happy memories and feelings associated with Disney. My grandparents took me to Disneyland Paris when I was 7, and I absolutely loved it, but I barely remember it. My memory of that time is quite poor, I'm not sure why. And I also lost my camera while I was there. Not the ones I use now, my Lilo and Stitch disposable camera that they bought especially for the trip. It was fun. We went, I had a marvellous time, I know that. My mum made a Quidditch pitch birthday cake that we took with us to Paris. I'm not sure how my granddad managed to hide that from us, but he did. And I loved it, and I want to go again because that was in 2003, 2004. It wasn't recently anyway, and some of my favourite Disney films have been released since. There's Inside Out. I'm hoping to go and see Zootropolis fairly soon, and I've heard only good things about that. There's been Finding Nemo, which is fantastic. There's been Frozen, which wasn't actually one of the better films as such, but the music is fantastic, and I want to go to a Frozen sing-along. Do not judge me, okay? I would quite like to start singing lessons because I miss how I used to sing when I was a child, and I know I can't do it the same, but I would like to regain some ability, some enjoyment from it. I would also like to take a photography or film course because I've tried to up my production quality lately and I've bought a decent camera, but I also want to just make really nice things for me. If I'm going to do anything, then I want to be the best at that thing. Otherwise, there's no point in doing it. Not because I want other people to notice me, just because I like to be able to say, I am good at what I do. I would like to embrace a more positive attitude on life. I'm a very negative person, and I feel it can make me quite gloomy. Now, I enjoy it at times, and I love ranting. I'm sure you've noticed if you've watched my videos for a while. But I don't want to be so angry all the time. There is righteous anger and I will never stop doing that. But at times I get wound up over petty things that need no negative response whatsoever. And I want to start realising that before I get angry, not after. It says here on my notes that I would apparently like to climb Snowdon. but I don't remember writing that down. Climbing mountains is not something I'm that fussed about, but I suppose it could be enjoyable. I've never been one to climb that much. I've done a spot of hiking, but never gone up a mountain like Snowdon before. While we're talking about Welsh places, I would love to be able to pronounce the name of that bloody train station, Llanfair Pilgrim Gilcogerin Fuckety Wuckety blah blah blah. Gok. I would quite like to buy and learn to play a ukulele. I'm not a musical person. I could sing before, so I never bothered to learn, and now I can't sing. So I want to try and make up for it somehow. And the ukulele seems fun, and they're not that expensive. When I say I'm not a musical person, I mean it. I can play 2 notes on the recorder and the 4-sided triangle. I would quite like to eat something a little bit exotic. Zebra meat or ostrich, something like that. I won't go out of my way to look for them, but if I'm in a place that happens to serve them, I think I will try it at least once. They do say that life is all about a series of experiences, and that's not one I've had yet. Well, the next one in my notes makes me sound like a very lonely person with absolutely no life whatsoever, but get a boyfriend. On a similar note to the last one, I would quite like to go to a gay club just once. I'm not one for going clubbing. I mean, can you see me just on the dance floor, the whole whoop, 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 whoop? Well, you can see what I mean already. I'm not even trying to come up with anything funny, and it's already ridiculous. But I have never been in a club that is explicitly gay or queer. There is a gay pub in Bangor, but it's kind of rubbish and a little bit dead. I'd quite like to study abroad, and if all goes to plan, I shall be doing that this autumn. Now, the next one probably sounds quite counterintuitive given how expensive some of these things I want to do will be, but I would like to save about £1,000. Given that it's April and I've not got anywhere, I doubt I'm going to do that. The next 2 are pretty similar. I want to have a Harry Potter marathon and a Lord of the Rings marathon. I mean the films, and when I say Lord of the Rings, I mean the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit. I'd quite like to make friends with someone unexpected. That's to say, the majority of my friends are in my age group, of a similar level of intelligence, and in similar fields. Most of them study English or English literature, or something involving the arts. There are a few science students, but very little. So, obviously, because it's someone unexpected, I can't say how old they would be or what they might study or if they study at all, but something different. I should quite like to go to Summer in the City in London this year, but if I'm trying to save up for the rest of these things, that one's unlikely. And it might be nice as well to reach, well, let's be realistic and say 200 subscribers on YouTube, because I'm not expected to explode overnight, or I don't want to explode overnight. It sounds quite painful. Or if I'm going to be optimistic, let's say 500. But optimism is not my thing. I believe that was 21. I don't know. I've lost track of time. It's not really my thing. We'll find out. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Please click like, share and subscribe, and do all the things. You get the picture. It's what I say most of the time. Are there any of these things that you have any advice about how to go about doing? Have you done any of them yourself? Would you like to do any of them? Or what is your X before you turn X? Until next time then, tatty byes!